Hello, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. It's time for part 2 of A Tale of Two Justins. And we looked in the first part, we looked at Justin Pearson and Justin Jones. We looked at their numerology, we looked at their astrology, we looked at their tree of life separately. Now we're going to take a look at how they interact with each other and how you can work with composite numerology charts and composite astrological charts to get an inkling about the type of relationship that they're bringing onto the planet as a relationship. Now, what I will say is, again, I am using noontime charts for these people because we do not have an accurate birth time on them, and we're using Aries rising charts. If we had their birth times and accurate charts, we would get an even more accurate picture. But we can definitely see themes even without having an accurate birth time, which is part of the benefit of actually getting a reading like this, because you don't have to necessarily have an accurate birth time for it to resonate for you. So let's continue. All right, so let's take a look. I put the two Justins next to each other just to get a view. Remember, these are noontime charts with Aries rising, just to sort of get a vibe on their energy. So we can see, because we're using an Aries rising chart, that we have Justin Pearson here with lots of energy up here in the 10th house with his Capricorn sun, and we have his Mercury up here in the 11th. Here's his Venus, Jupiter, the two benefics in Sagittarius. There's that powerful Scorpio soul vibration here. Soul North Node in Scorpio. So the North Node in Scorpio requires us to heal something, to let go, to release, to let go and let God, to release our attachments and move into our hearts, right? That's a Scorpio energy. With that South Node in Taurus, this is somebody who understands the value of things, the value of the body, perhaps valued for how much work they could get out of somebody, you know, the whole, again, this energy of having a sense of self-worth, self-esteem with that South Node in Taurus. He has his Mars here in Virgo. It's interesting because it is on the sun of Justin, so they potentiate each other in a way. And we also have the Mars here and Justin's Venus. This is good for relationship. They're kind of on the same page with that. And of course, that Virgo energy is about service. It's about service. We can see they both have Chiron, a little bit different degree. And we have the Mercury here of Justin Jones on conjunct his Chiron. He also has, let's see, his North Node in, actually his North Node is different than Justin Pearson's. Justin Pearson is in Scorpio and Taurus, and Justin Jones is in Libra, North Node Libra, South Node Aries. And we also have his Mars here in Libra. This is Justin Jones, okay, conjunct his North Node, and he has South Node in Aries. This is somebody who understands what it's like to stand alone, to be alone in something, to be unique in some way. And he's being asked in this lifetime to move in the direction of Libra, which is justice and relationship and getting along. And he's got his Mars already there, so he's worked out this before. He does have Uranus and Neptune square his nodes. Now, Justin Pearson does not have that. So this is a evolutionary crossroads for him. His resolution node for this configuration is his north node. So he needs to move in the direction of Libra, move in the direction of Libra with this Uranian and this Neptune energy. He seems to have very much that Uranus, that individuation. He needs to individuate legally, right? And he needs to individuate within the law here, to a certain extent. So he has to take that need to throw cones and, throw hot cocoa and all that stuff, which is very much the Aries thing back here, but in a way in which he can utilize his energy to create the laws, the changes in the laws that need to be seen, right? Change in law, right there. All right, what else do we see? He also has his Jupiter in Sagittarius here, and that Pluto in Scorpio, again, very powerfully placed. His Black Moon Lilith is in Gemini, and we have a Black Moon Lilith in Gemini. It spans the whole thing there. Where you're willing to go to extremes, they're willing to communicate and use bullhorns, it seems, which gets them in trouble. All right, let's continue here. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is their composite numbers. Their composite numbers. You can do this. You can take your numerology and add it with somebody else's, and you will have a composite vibration, just like the composite astrological chart, the composite numerological chart the energy. The third energy that comes in is the energy of the relationship and what they're here to create within that relationship. So we have Justin Pearson has a 26-8 vibration soul. Justin Jones has a 43. We add those together, we get a 69/6. Their composite soul is the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles on the Tree of Life is found in Kether, all the aces. Kether is associated with the planet Neptune, and they have Neptune in Capricorn. Their composite Neptune is in Capricorn. I've done in a composite astrological chart for them, and that's what these signs are connected to. If we just look at this completely here, we have earth, water, earth, 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 fire. Their Jupiters are in Sag. Water, air, earth. So the element, let's see, what element is not here? No, I think all the elements are here, right? Oops, sorry about that. I don't know how that happened. That wasn't me. All right, so this is where their soul is. Up here in Kether, 69/6, the root of Earth is Taurus. We have Uranus in Taurus right now. Is it any wonder that these kids aren't coming up and being seen and being heard and making a big difference? They're quiescent. Justin Pearson's quiescent, that Knight of Cups, and the 7 of Wands here, you add those together, we get a 72/9. That is the 4 of Pentacles. The 4s are all found in Hesed. 72/9 here. This is a Taurus vibration, another Taurus. So we have Taurus. Their expressions, when added, come to a 15/6. That's the devil. This is Capricorn. Taurus, Capricorn. And their composite life lesson is hope. 17/8, the star, Aquarius. Taurus, Capricorn, Aquarius. Okay. Uranus is in Taurus. Pluto is in Capricorn and in Aquarius, right? Then it goes back into Capricorn, then it goes back into Aquarius, then it goes back into Capricorn, then it stays in Aquarius, and then they can continue their life path. Now, these people may not be friends forever. They may not, they're not always going to be a team, but the energy of the team, and at the time that it happened, right around 50, how many years after Martin Luther King was assassinated, these kids, really, and I call them kids because they could be my kids, actually. I'm old enough to be their ma. These gentlemen are here, and inspired by, and we're going to see some connections to actually MLK in the following slides. So their composite soul, Neptune, Capricorn. Their composite Saturn is in Pisces. Their composite Uranus is in Capricorn. Their composite Jupiter is in Sag. It should be Sag here. I didn't put it in. Sorry about that. Their composite Mars is in Virgo. Their composite Mercury is in Scorpio. Their composite Venus is in Libra, and that's a good composite to have. Their composite moon, possibly, we don't know about their moon, so this can be possibly Gemini, and their composite Earth is in Taurus. The sun and the Earth are always in opposite signs. So the sun, their purpose in life is change, transformation, and healing. But they stand on very practical ground here with this Taurus energy. Yeah. And the love energy is very, very strong because Taurus is ruled by Venus, the planet of love. Venus is in Libra, which is ruled by Venus. And then we have Pisces and Saturn in Pisces, and Pisces is exalted. I mean, Venus is exalted in Pisces. So we can see a lot of the theme of love here, the theme of love. So their soul vibration, the 69.6, is associated with Neptune. Where is their Neptune? Their Neptune is at 23 degrees of Capricorn. This is their composite chart, folks. I didn't use the Aries rising chart here. I actually used their noontime charts, giving them both a noontime chart. At the time of year that they were born, right? Their suns are up high in the sky because that's how it goes. But it's interesting because their composite ascendant of their noontime charts is 137 of Aquarius. And of course, this is all happening when Pluto is in Aquarius. So it came up and out while Pluto was in Aquarius. So we know that these two and what they stand for and what brought them together is going to have resonance through the whole period of Pluto in Capricorn. I mean, Pluto in Aquarius, and that's like 20 years long. So these guys have a good future ahead of them. Now, I wanted to look at the Sabian symbol for the degree of their soul, right? The degree of their soul, their Neptune in Capricorn. 69.6. Remember, this is the root of Earth. It is 23 of Capricorn. Now, this is the same degree that we had the Saturn-Pluto conjunction of 2020 that started the whole COVID pandemic. A soldier receiving 2 awards for bravery in combat. The reward offered by society for the fulfillment of individual responsibility. The fact that 2 awards are emphasized makes us believe that this may refer subtly to the recognition by the community that whether he succeeded or failed, an individual who discharges his duty nobly under unusual circumstances is entitled to the respect and appreciation of the collectivity he serves so well. What is implied here is a constant give and take between society and the individual person. Each one should be able to trust the other. I think these guys are pretty trustworthy, honestly. People have really embraced them. But of course, it's because of who they are. It's their energy and what they know. And and they're resonating. They're resonating. The third symbol of the 59th five-fold sequence extracts, as it were, a common element from the two preceding scenes. The key word here is recompense, compensation for a well-done performance, and a balancing of accounts. Balancing of accounts is justice, guys, and we're dealing with the Justins. You can't make this stuff up, guys. You can't make it up. All right, let's go to the next thing. This is their quiescent vibration, the 72/9, Jupiter. It's in the Sephiroth of Jupiter on the Tree of Life. Where is Jupiter? At 7 of Sag. The Sabian symbol for 7 of Sag. Cupid knocks at the door of a human heart. We've fallen in love with these guys. We've fallen in love with them. A stirring up of individual longings for romantic love. Key word, emotional rebirth. It says here, intensely romantic love knows no rules and ignores collective purpose or dictates of reason. Yet it may bring to the individual an intensity of feeling which no group togetherness can arouse, at least at an ordinary social level. What is implied here is a challenge to emotional rebirth, which is really what that Pluto in Scorpio talks to us about. Now let's look at their expression vibration. Remember, their expression vibration was 15-6. 15-6, which is the devil card, right? And it is also associated with the sign of Capricorn. We see that Neptune and Uranus is in a new phase conjunction. Now, they both have this new phase conjunction in their charts anyway, and we see it again in their composite chart. We would expect to see that because Neptune and Uranus move so slowly. So we have Neptune here at 23, right? A soldier receiving 2 awards for his bravery in combat, a reward offered by society for the fulfillment of individual responsibility. Well, we also have to look at their Uranus, right? At 27 degrees of Capricorn. 27 degrees of Capricorn. Pilgrims climbing the steps, steep steps leading to a mountain shrine. The ascent of the individualized consciousness to the highest realizations reached by spiritual leaders of its culture. We hear a great deal now about peak experiences, but this symbol tells us that they depend to a great extent upon following the path that many have trod before under the inspiration of the great teachers and sages of our race. Keyword is upreaching. So I thought to myself, wow, that's really so powerful, right? MLK, Memphis, 50 odd years, right around the same week. Pluto's in Aquarius. They're talking about there's all this Capricorn energy. I wonder what their chart looks like with Martin Luther King's chart. And this is what I found, guys. So this is the Justin chart. We'll call it, oh no, this is the MLK. This is Martin Luther King. We have a time of birth, a date of birth. This is the chart that most people use. Taurus ascendant, Capricorn right here in the 9th house, the preacher, right? The house of the preacher. Martin Luther King, North Node in Taurus, right? Moving in the direction of value, to value ourselves, 1, to value our bodies, 1, first house, right? Taurus. We have Mars in Gemini here in Martin Luther King's house, Martin Luther King Jr.'s house. This is conjunct the Mars of the US, incidentally. This is the power of his speech, okay? Pluto in Cancer, of course. He was born at a time when Pluto was in Cancer. Neptune in Virgo, okay? North Node in Taurus, South Node in Scorpio, Sun, Capricorn, Saturn in Sag, freedom, right? Or lack thereof, with Mars opposite 7th and the 2nd and 8th houses. The Taurus Scorpio houses life and death. value, indebtedness, etc., etc., etc. And moon in Pisces, Venus in Pisces. We see the Pisces here, and then he had Uranus in Aries. So where do the Justins sit? As they sit together, as they are, and their energy is together at this very important moment in time. His son, Uranus, Saturn, new phase, a new society based on his words, his beingness, his life, okay, around truth. Here is his south node. This is Martin Luther King's south node, and we have Pluto and Mercury sitting on, and this is the Pluto Mercury of the Justins. It is in a balsamic phase to each other. So it is about letting go. It is about healing. It's about releasing. We don't know about their moons because we're not sure of their birth times, but we do see that the moon is close enough to Mars here. So this is living the message here. We have, let's see, the south node, the composite south node of Justin and Justin is conjunct Chiron and Jupiter in Taurus here. This is the wounds of slavery, the wounds of selling another person that you could be property. Here it is with the north node here, and then conjunct the sun, so bringing illumination, right, to his work, to Martin Luther King's work, to their own work. We can see resonance here. It's amazing. I always find this very astounding. And there's composite Saturn and Pisces on the moon and Venus of Martin Luther King. So they are bringing the message of Dr. King through a new generation, So it's very, very exciting and just inspiring. We have a grand Earth trine here between the nodes, and we also have, this actually is, because the nodes are involved, we have a kite here with the south node, a kite here. We also have, let's see, I think we have another kite. I believe we have a kite with Uranus on this side. So this is very active, their energies together. But we can see the north node of Dr. King, the sun and Uranus and Neptune from the boys here. And then we have Chiron conjunct Mars in Virgo. This is taking the action to heal and recompense. Remember, one of the words was recompense. So we have a grand trine here. Honestly, I think that these part of the story that these two young men are going to tell us is, and help us with, is understanding the need for reparations, quite frankly. That may be further along though, because we have to overcome this white supremacist bullshit that we're going through. And then I think we'll see reparations come up with these two as well. So that's what I see with these two. Let's continue. I think the next one will be part 3, and that is going to be the third, because we can't leave the lady out. We're going to look at Gloria. So let me just make sure. Yep. So that is the end of part 2. I hope you enjoyed that. Please, if you could, like and subscribe. If you would like to become a patron, there is a link below. You can donate $5 a month. That would be very helpful for me and to get out the kind of work that I do. Let me just give myself a... Well, sorry, I'm foggy, but so Neptunian. If you would like a reading for yourself, you can do that as well. There's a link below for that. You can just go to my website. And if you just want to give me a thumbs up and a like, that's also helpful. I have to figure out how to be seen. And I've noticed that people that I like to see, I don't see anymore. And I know it has to do with the algorithm. So we're going to have to figure out a way to stimulate those algorithms so more people can see the important stuff, which of course I think is my stuff, right? Anywho, all right, guys, have yourself a wonderful day, and I will see you again for part 3 of A Tale of Two Justins and Gloria. All right, take care, everyone. Namaste.